Taurus.
Hello Taurus, happy birthday, and this is a big month for you, not just because it's your birthday, but we still have a month now where we're going to be processing a lot, letting go of a lot. It's really purging, transmutation, and then also liberation, and that's the beauty of this month. Huge month for this. As you already know, you've been through it here in April when it started here, and especially from April 20th onwards. And you might still be listening to this May forecast in April, and so you may already have started, but it's lingering into the month of May, and I like to call it as a hangover. And a lot of this purging now is going to carry us through nearly to the end of this month. So let's look at what it's going to do for you and which areas that you are going to feel mostly and mainly liberated in. Okay, so it's a good thing, but sure, it's going to cost a little bit, you know, here from each of us to actually take those leaps of faith that are important, to actually trust the universe and know that there's so much going on for you behind the veils that may not still be apparent. And then just feeling all of this anticipation and the buildup of energy might give some people a little angst, but you know what? It's passing. This is really needed in order to get into a new room. Gotta leave the old room, right? So it's like being on the threshold and knowing where you're coming from, not necessarily knowing what's ahead of you, but this is also where all the excitement lies. So let's take a look at which areas for you that are mainly affected here in April and then throughout May. We have this grand cross, this grand square, that is affecting you for the most part within your daily routines. You might feel how things are a little bit in upheaval there. Some of that is then triggering the subconscious need, because you've been asking for this, Taurus, okay? Subconsciously, this is because Uranus has been working in the 12th house, the hidden house, right? So secretly, whatever is coming now, think about it and be honest. It is coming because there's that part of you that says, I really want out of this situation. And then it is the 6th house of your daily routines and health and so forth. Then it's also between the 3rd house and 9th house, which has to do with communication, your close community, short distance travel, maybe studying, reading up and things. There's a lot of expansion going on here with Jupiter. And then you have the 9th house, which is more long distance travel, people in faraway places, foreign countries, so forth. And Pluto is wanting to purge a lot of these belief systems, the dogmatic belief systems that you've been hanging on to. Maybe for years you were used to thinking along one path and sticking to it. And we know how you Taurus, once you make up your mind on something, you know, you kind of cling on to it, right? Pluto is saying don't cling, let go, you know, so we can give you something else. It's scary for some Taurians to let go, but once you do, my goodness, there's a whole new universe, new dimensions opening up, and you're freeing up all these higher chakras of inner and higher wisdom, and these dimensions are going to become that much more apparent to you over time. Your spirituality is suddenly now going to start making sense. What hasn't made sense just over this last year or so, but it'll come together for you, trust me. Now, the best way to get through the stress of the month is listening to your higher truth. This is Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is in your 3rd house for communication. You will find support there. You will have your closer community around you that is adding to the strength of Jupiter, saying, you know, trust, dare to take that leap of faith. And sticking to your truth is going to set you free from all this pressure that's coming from all different directions. And you will find that through that, yes, you can liberate. Yes, you can free yourself. You know, it's like the lock is going up now. Everything that's been building over the last year or more, should I say, Jupiter now aligned here with Uranus is going to unleash that freedom, that suddenly you'll just see that you're out into this new space. Mars, which is men or your significant other, also your own drive and your day-to-day routine, suddenly that's going to free up and you're going to have all this extra time to put in new routines, okay? And this is great for you Taurians. And then we have the 9th house, house of justice, house of truth, also your spirituality. This is transforming. All of these areas here now is going to come together for you. So I'm excited. Why? Because you're going to be freer than you have ever been. Trust me, we just need to go through these corridors, get to the other side, and let's see how this is going to come together for you. Only thing I want to say, keep in mind when we talk about this, and I want you to carry this word with you throughout May, and that is trigger happy. You might just feel very trigger happy this month, just due to the energy that's been building straight through there of April, and now here we go again, and it's May, and that angst might just say, I want out, you know, but ask what you want out from. You've heard the expression, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Well, here the message is, keep the baby, throw the bathwater out, okay? It's the pattern more than the person that you're probably tired of right now, because it's the situation itself that has created, you know, a lot of this anxiety and heaviness and all the responsibility that's around you, where you're feeling so locked in. But that is passing, and this is what's going to end. So try to not be too reactive, to say things or take actions that you might in the aftermath regret. Why? Because then you're just creating drama for yourself down the road. We'll talk about that when we get to these dates, okay? So here on May 3rd, we have Mercury opposing Saturn. So right there we have a communication, a talk where it might be a little difficult, a little heavy, maybe a little shut off, cold. Saturn has these rings, so you might not feel that what you're trying to express will be received the way that you would like to. But then we have Venus here changing signs on the same day, which might be somewhat helpful. It's moving out of out of Pisces into Aries. And when I say helpful, it's just because Venus then moving into your 12th house of intuition might help you if you listen and not react, not just look at the shut down partner that you're trying to have this Saturnian discussion with, but if you listen to your intuition, you might find a sense of calm, and in the calm, you may find your solution. On the 4th, it's pretty good. We got the Sun and Pluto trine. The Sun is you, and Pluto is that point that wants to transform. The Sun for you is in the 1st house of personality. So you're really strong here this month here, Taurus. It is your birth month. The Sun and Mercury in this 1st house. It's in the rising sign, your rising house. So you're pretty much relating to the outer world, and they will see your strength this month because you're being fed by Pluto. And Pluto's giving you a sense and a feel and a taste of this new you, this new transformed you, which is coming from that higher realm now, filtering through, and you're taking on this strength, this inner power, and you're going to go, wow, you know, last month I felt shaky, this month I'm strong. And it's fueling this Sun so that you can take that energy of what's taking place this month throughout the rest of the year. It's empowering you all the way to your birthday of next year, and this is pretty good. It's pretty awesome. It's powerful. Then we have the 2nd house, money and income streams, your sense of self-esteem. We have the new moon here, which is not going to be apparent before the end of the month, May 28th, 7 degrees in Gemini. But it is the area where you want to place your intentions for income, how to make money. And maybe a second job is coming up. Why? Because it's in the sign of Gemini, and that's the twins. So you have your day job, but the new moon is going to say, hey, listen, what can you do on this end? Maybe you can shore it up here with a second income stream. The new moon here, you only get it once a year. So this is the time for you to actually really focus on how to make money, and then watch how next month here in June, things can kick into action already within 30 days, okay? So focus on that. Then we have Jupiter, which is, you know, the very abundant, generous planet coming in. It is a little challenge, and you might just feel that all that generosity that you would like to have from Jupiter might be spread thin. Why? Because, you know, Uranus is asking for something here, and Mars is asking for something here, then Pluto is opposing it, asking for something. So you might feel that all the good that you should be receiving at this point in time is actually coming from you, going out, feeding everybody else's needs and claims rather than coming to you. This is what is stressful for you Taurians right now. However, though, look at it as a part of karmic cleansing. Whatever now is being sorted, and that once Jupiter moves out of this grand square, Jupiter is going to be more generous with you. So it's coming to you, but not right now. It looks like whatever external things right now is being asked and called forward. So just understand it. Don't feel it's going to be the rest of your life. It's like here and it's now. And in April, something was clear upon it, and you're still having to negotiate a little bit here in May. However, though, what is nice, having just Jupiter in this area, which will allow you to communicate more with others in a very spontaneous way, also happy-go-lucky, and you might be either traveling short distance, going away for a weekend, or being invited to go somewhere. And if you receive an invitation, by all means go. It's healing. It's great for you, and it's liberating. Then we have the 4th and 5th house. Not too much focus here in May, which has to do with your home, and also 5th house children. It's like that's not going to be the main focus this month. It's more so about you and how you can break free, how you can liberate, how you can communicate in a new way, a different way. And you'll see here Mars in the 6th house is also setting you free to start up something new. Mars is your goals, it's your determinations, it's your action, your physical activity. Sure, you can get out and do more, which is good for your health, but Mars also in this area is trying to settle you in. It's giving you a grace period of 8 months to get this going, okay? Normally it's only 6 weeks that we have Mars in this sign. Here it's 8 months from December, and it will be here in this area for you to July 25th. So between now and then, ask yourself, what am I doing? Am I doing enough for myself? Should I work out? Should I start eating differently? You know, how am I using my energy? Am I wasting my energy, or am I getting the most out of it? How is it balancing? That is Mars in Libra. There's choices here to be made, but it's also like your life, the life you live itself, is changing so rapidly upon you that Mars is being thrust over into a totally different lifestyle, and so it's giving you this grace time to kind of figure it out. All right. Now, 7th house of marriage, your significant other, long-term committed relationships, how you work with and how you relate to people closely, one-on-one. How is that working for you? Because see, Saturn here is trying to lay down new roots. It's trying to master the art of communication, master the art of relating. You know, that means are we giving out as much as we're taking in? Are we giving too much out, taking too little in? You know, what is overdrive and what is underdrive? It's not always that easy to find that right balance, but you're getting a really good hang of it here, Taurus. You know, the last 2 years for you pretty much has been difficult, you know, so you're fine-tuning now. And the beauty here is you're going to have the full moon to this Saturn here mid-month, May 14th. And so it's going to kind of shore up, make you look at. It's like the mirror that you get, which will mirror back what you have been giving out in this area. And I think you're going to like what you're going to feel, what you're going to see. It's going to give you evaluation, like a review, a report on exactly how this has been working for you. It's powering up this Saturn, but then again, we also have a slight opposition there to the Sun and Mercury here just in the days prior. They're from the 11th, 10th or 11th. So you'll start feeling that something is about to burst, and it is as it surfaces there on the 14th, leading into the 15th. Now, when we talk about the 15th of May and then onwards, nearly to the end of this month, big process time. This is where May 10th is going to kickstart this whole thing with the Sun-Saturn opposition. Then we got the full moon there with Saturn still in a slight opposition there to Mercury, to the Sun, I mean. And then we have Mercury squaring Neptune, foggy communication, misunderstandings, and then we have Pride. Here on the 15th, we have Venus-Mars being opposed to one another. So that is, you know, your relationships. First and foremost, the relationship with yourself, your inner Venus and Mars, you know, how are they doing in this balance? For you, it's going to be here between the 6th and the 12th house. So your daily routines, your workout, it might also be sharing time with others, and your creativity and inner spirituality. You might be making some assessments here on the 15th. Then we have Mercury, though, is conjuncting Venus. Venus has moved into your 12th house. So that is that time of the year where you want to recharge your batteries, feel a little bit stronger, have a little bit more time with yourself, because there's so much that's been going on in your social house and sharing that, you know, if you don't get enough time to listen within, a lot of valuable thought streams, these downloads of information that's coming to you or trying to come to you, because Uranus is that higher octave of Mercury. Mercury is how we think, but it's linear, it's analytical, slower. Whereas Uranus tries to give us those instantaneous flashes of download into the onboard biocomputer there. And if you're not alone enough to receive these flashes of inspiration, well, then you're losing out on a lot of things. And see, Uranus is a part of this big square that's going on, that's wanting to release this information, to free you up, to set you onto a new path. And especially with the energy that's coming through Pluto that's purging here, and Jupiter also wanting to expand this area of the subconsciousness for you. We have Venus and Uranus on the 15th, okay, just as it is opposing here just a few days earlier on the 11th. Now it's conjuncting Uranus, so that could be a time of the month where you can have some unexpected surprises, and also got Mercury too, which is sextile Uranus. So that's a couple of things going on the 15th. So this is good. You know, this is where I'm feeling things coming to the surface, breaking through those things that has now been working for you from, say, mid to third week of April, straight through here to the 15th. Now things are going to start clearing up. Some of you have already made some decisions here over these last few weeks, and some of you still haven't. But this is what May is going to do, is going to allow you to either make major decisions, or you will have the surprise of major decisions being made for you, coming up unexpectedly, that will release the past, okay? So be prepared for it. It might come out of the blue, but then again, do realize that some of you have already asked for change. Well, you know, we've got to be careful what we ask for, because here comes change, right? But it is exciting. Now the Sun is going to move into your income house here on the 20th. This will help you, Taurians, and this is the area of your chart that you rule. So the Sun in this area is exceptionally good for you. And so you might be looking at how you can make more money. And like I said, that new moon, end of the month, looking at income streams, like a second type of income. Well, the Sun is here to support that, okay? And then it will be followed also by Mercury that will come in and help too. So, yes, what do we have? The end of the month, this is the Sun and Mars. The Sun being you, Mars being your drive, your ambitions. So you're going to feel that that is going to start breaking through and cresting here as we leave the month, you know, allowing you to enter into June pretty much now as a transformed being from what has gone on in April, from what has gone on in May. Only you will know when you get there exactly what it is that you're shedding right now. It's beautiful. It's like a bud that is bursting. I said that last month, but this month is continuing the process. So the liberation, these new rooms that are opening up, well, this is what we're going to be looking at next month here for June. So make sure to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber so you can get the new readings here directly to your inbox. And I'll see you next month. Bye now. Do listen to your sun, no, your moon and your rising sign while you're at it, because this grand square will give you also the insight what's going on in those charts, and they're just as valid here as your sun sign reading, okay? Bye now.